Ever thought about a Harley that actually wants to leave the highway? Yeah, not just a quick coffee run. I'm talking gravel, dirt, rocks, maybe even that one road Google Maps warned you about. Today, we're looking at the 2026 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250, and this bike might just be the most un-Harley Harley ever made. But here's the twist. Harley didn't just update this bike, they quietly fixed the biggest complaints riders had and added something that could make adventure bikes from BMW, Ducati, and KTM a little uncomfortable. So the real question is the 2026 Pan America finally the adventure bike you buy with your brain and your heart? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the design, because this bike doesn't try to look pretty. It looks purposeful, almost industrial. That rectangular LED headlight still divides opinions. Some people say it looks like a robot. Others say it looks like a lunchbox with attitude. Either way, you won't mistake it for anything else on the road. And honestly, that's kind of the point. Adventure bikes usually blend together, but the Pan America, it stands out like a leather jacket at a hiking convention. Now, before we go deeper, quick question. Would you actually take a Harley off-road, or are you already nervous just thinking about dropping it? Hold that thought, because the suspension might change your answer. Under the tank, the 2026 Pan America 1250 continues with the Revolution Max 1250 engine. And this isn't your typical Harley rumble machine. This thing revs hard. We're talking a liquid-cooled V-twin pushing serious horsepower, strong mid-range torque, and surprisingly quick throttle response. Twist the throttle, and it doesn't lumber forward, it launches. For a big adventure bike, the acceleration feels almost sporty, like the bike is saying, yeah, I can climb mountains, but I can also embarrass sport bikes at the traffic light. And here's where things get interesting. The power delivery is smoother than before. Harley refined the fueling, making low-speed riding less jerky, which matters when you're crawling over rocks or just trying not to stall in city traffic. Because let's be honest, most adventure bikes spend more time in traffic than trails. No judgment. But power alone doesn't make a great adventure bike. Suspension does, and this is where the Pan America really flexes. The 2026 model continues with Harley's adaptive ride height system, and if you've never seen this in action, it's kind of magic. When you slow down, the bike lowers itself. When you start moving, it raises back up. That means tall adventure bike ground clearance without tiptoe anxiety at stoplights. It's like the bike squats to help you, then stands tall when it's time to attack the road. And if you've ever struggled with tall bikes, this feature alone could sell you, because suddenly a big adventure machine feels manageable. But wait, here's the thing most people don't realize. Lowering its stops doesn't just help shorter riders, it also makes fully loaded touring way easier. Luggage, gear, maybe even a passenger, and you're still confident putting your foot down. Now let's talk handling, because this is where expectations flip. You'd expect a Harley adventure bike to feel heavy, maybe slow to turn, but the Pan America actually feels surprisingly agile. The chassis is stiff, the weight distribution is balanced, and once you're moving, the bike shrinks around you. On twisty roads, it leans confidently. On highways, it stays planted. And on rough surfaces, it doesn't panic. It just keeps going. It's like the bike is constantly saying, relax, I got this. But here's a question. Does it actually compete with the big names? BMW GS, Ducati Multistrada, KTM Adventure? Short answer, yes. Long answer, it depends on what you value. Because Harley focused heavily on rider comfort. The seat is supportive for long rides, the upright ergonomics reduce fatigue, and the wind protection is solid even at highway speeds. This is a bike built to cross countries, not just counties. And then there's the tech. You get multiple ride modes, cornering ABS, traction control, hill hold, cruise control, and a full-color TFT display. Everything you expect from a premium adventure bike, and it's all cleanly integrated. The interface is simple too. No digging through confusing menus while wearing gloves, which honestly should be standard, but somehow still isn't. And here's a small detail, but it matters. The electronics don't feel intrusive. They assist, not interrupt, so you still feel connected to the bike instead of managed by it. Now let's talk about weight, because yes, it's still a big bike. You're not throwing this around like a dirt bike, but thanks to the low center of gravity and adaptive suspension, it feels lighter than the numbers suggest, until you drop it, hopefully. But seriously, this is still a premium adventure machine. It's designed for confidence, not chaos. You can take it off-road, but it really shines as a long-distance adventure touring that can handle rough terrain when needed, which honestly describes how most people actually ride. And that brings us to the biggest question: who is this bike really for? If you want a hardcore dirt weapon, there are lighter options. If you want pure highway comfort, there are bigger touring bikes. But if you want one bike that does everything, commute, touring, twisties, gravel, the Pan America makes a very strong case. It's practical, it's fast, it's comfortable, and it still has that Harley personality, just evolved. And here's the cliffhanger. The most surprising thing about the 2026 Pan America isn't the engine, or the suspension, or even the tech. It's how normal it feels. Not intimidating, not quirky, just good. Which might be the biggest compliment you can give an adventure bike. Because once you stop thinking about the brand and just ride, the Pan America 1250 quietly proves it belongs in the top tier. So, is this the best Harley ever made? That depends on what you want from a Harley. But is it one of the most versatile adventure bikes you can buy right now? Absolutely. And if you're curious how it compares to another insane adventure machine on the market right now, you'll want to watch the next video on your screen right now. I break down another bike that might actually challenge the Pan America in ways you don't expect. Tap the video on the end screen, and I'll see you there.